he's just put together the long overdue John McDermott and Tyson Fury rematch for the English title. It will take place at the Brentwood Centre in Essex on Friday, June the 25th. It's where the first one took part. Now, it's been a difficult road to get this fight, to make this fight a reality, and it's been beautifully called the Conspiracy Fury. I love that. Anyway, Frank's on the line now. Frank!
Hello, Steve. How are you?
I'm fantastic, mate. I had Adam Booth on earlier on. And he's probably too honest, Adam. He said he admitted that he's speaking to 6 different people about potentially 6 different fights. Frank, just briefly, before we talk about Fury and Napper and Sykes and co. and McDermott, just tell me, when you got, say, someone like Lennox Lewis, like you had, and the natural fight was, say, Riddick Bowe.
I was just going to say, Riddick Bowe and Lennox Lewis, trying to put that together sounds very similar to...
So the Klitschko's?
Klitschko and Hay.
Yeah.
Hay wants to demand... Sorry, not Hay. Klitschko wants to demand everything. Riddick Bowe wanted to demand everything. I mean, I walked away from the negotiating tables because he wanted 90% and only wanted to give us 10%. So I just got up and walked away in front of HBO and all the executives and all the lawyers in America. Just said, phone me if you want to be sensible.
Yeah. And, of course, he never was sensible, which is why that fight never happened.
He did become sensible when he got beat.
Ah, that's different.
And then he wanted to do it more on the terms we wanted, but unfortunately we got beaten, so it never happened.
Yeah. So basically, you can understand a little bit of the dilemma and the frustration that Booth and Hay are going through, because Lennox wanted Bowe, didn't he?
I mean, but you know, it's a fight that has that, but sometimes the fights that all us fans dream about never happen.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I would love to have been part of putting the Bowe Lewis fight together, because there was such a story to it, the revenge of the Olympic Games for Bowe. The manager Rock Newman was always
and him.
Goes at me, so it became a very personal battle. But you know what? The fight never happened.
And that's the way it is.
Missed out on it, and we both went our own ways. But at the end of the day, you know, I'm reading stories that Riddick Bowe is sitting in markets signing autographs for $15, and
Lennox is where is Lennox?
Lennox is sitting in Miami and in Jamaica enjoying his hard-earned wealth.
Yeah, and tell you what, and properly enjoying it and living life to the large. Now, a fight that we thought wouldn't happen, Frank, was the rematch that just had to happen. Big John McDermott against Big Tyson Fury. They fought last year, an outrageous decision, outrageous, controversial decision. I thought McDermott nicked it, and the referee didn't. You had a funny turn afterwards, you know, all jokes aside. You finally put it together. It's meant to take place in May. That fell out of bed. You come in and salvaged it. It is finally going to happen, isn't it?
Yes, it's going to happen on June the 25th at Brentwood. It took a lot of negotiations. There was a lot of one-upmanship on both sides of the promotional team.
I believe that.
About wanting this, wanting that. I mean, you know, if you don't want to fight, you find excuses not to have a fight happen.
Yeah.
So then someone has to give in and give a bit of corner. In fairness to Hennessy, you know, he asked for things that I didn't want to give in. But then in the end I went back and said, well, if you want these, you've got to give me this. And you know what, eventually I think we both of us thought, you know, the public want this fight, so let's just make the fight. And I give him what he wants and he gives me what I want. So we compromised to make this fight.
And it needed a degree of compromise, didn't it, Frank? Otherwise, this one was just going to slip off the radar and not happen, and it would have been a travesty.
Yeah, I think, you know, I just want to clear one issue up about it. It's actually for the vacant English title, and it's a final eliminator, so it's over 12 rounds and not 10 rounds, so there's 2 extra rounds this time.
Okay, so, because Tyson gave that up, and so it's 12 rounds and it's
Tyson
vacant.
gave it up when he was immediately ordered to rematch to fight McDermott. He gave it up rather than fight McDermott. But this time, before he could fight for the board, for the British title, if he didn't go through with this, John McDermott automatically would have become the mandatory for the British title.
Oh, that's cracking stuff. I assumed that was there was going to be a situation like that. So that's going to take place June 25th. It's going to be a sellout, that I can guarantee you. So get in for that one. I love the nickname, the Conspiracy Fury, Frank.
That credit goes to my right-hand man, James Russell, who no one ever gives the credit he deserves in this business.
Oh, that's what that's got James written all over it. Listen, Frank, on the website, so Ishi's asking, Buncey, ask Maloney about Sykes and Johansson. I know you got Sykes in a British title fight tomorrow against Kevin O'Hara. What about Johansson? He came back the other week. Could that happen? Could that be down the road?
I mean, Carl Johansson's on the bill to keep the pressure on. But again, I don't manage O'Hara, Gary Sykes. I just promote him.
Sure.
I would have loved. I mean, I have a special relationship with Carl Johansson because I actually trained him for a couple of fights.
Yep.
And, I do like the fella because I love his background and the problems he's had and the way he's picked his life up. And I wanted to make that fight straight away, but the Gary Sykes team didn't want to make it.
Okay.
So by him being on the bill, he will keep the pressure on him, and I'm hoping the board will nominate him as the mandatory.
Yes, I hope so too. Let me just tell people. Listen, if you're listening to the show online and you're posting on websites, why don't you send a couple of texts in to me here, london.sport@bbc.co.uk, because the bosses here, they don't read the website. So if I finish the show with half a dozen texts, they think it's been okay. But I'm getting, if there's 50, 60 people writing stuff on websites, whack some stuff in here, london.sport@bbc.co.uk, or text 07786 200 949. Now listen, Frank, I've got to ask you about Big Larry O. Your heavyweight. You've always got a heavyweight, Frank.
Yeah,
what is it with you?
What Larry didn't tell people after he won the fight, when he was in Los Angeles training,
Yep.
and and I take my hat off to Larry because I'm not being rude. He's not the most talented of heavyweights, but he's got guts, determination,
Certainly
and
has.
he really wants to do well. He actually pays for himself to go to Los Angeles and do some extra training
Good
over
stuff.
and get sparring in Freddie Roach's gym. And he was telling me the last time he was there, Lennox Lewis walked in the gym and spent quite a bit of time giving him
Talking
advice.
to him. Oh, wow.
And he's never said that. And I never really, because we were so excited when he was very excited. I was excited, but I was sort of quiet because the day before that my father died, so I wasn't really my normal boisterous self at a show.
Yeah, I heard you buried your dad yesterday, didn't you, Frank, or Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Yeah, I meant to call you about that, mate, but I didn't. I know that I missed the actual death day.
He always used to talk about you, so don't worry.
Yeah, I know. He used to, sometimes he'd get upset at things I'd said, and he'd give me the eye for about 6 months. You know that, don't you?
He kept insulting his son.
No, but not. Well, listen, that's old. Frank, don't bring that up. I'm having a lovely night. Let's not go over old ground. We're friends now.
Okay, but so so when you get Larry on, ask Larry about Lennox, and I was, the advice Lennox gave him in the gym.
It's good.
And he turned around and he said, "Frank, that's what you keep telling me." I said, well, I did work with the man. I know what the man wants. I know how the man wants to operate, and he knows how to get to the top.
Listen, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I might go to Larry O for next week or the week after. Frank, listen, thanks very much for joining us tonight. It's been a pleasure having you on. Good luck tomorrow night up there, and I'll see you before June 25th, and I'll get Larry on before then if I can.
Fancy, I hope you're coming to Wembley on Saturday. That's more important.
Of course, the Millwall one. Now, listen, Frank, I'm at that Senny thing. Have a great time at Wembley, Frankie.
Okay, see you later.
Frank Maloney, he just loves Wembley. We've got a cap there.